In this video, I'll talk about search engine marketing, or SEM. SEM is also called search engine advertising, or SEA. It's basically paid search. In my SEO video, I show the search results of search engine optimization as the keyword. Here, I use search engine advertising as the keyword, and you can see that the top 4 are all ads. SEM is a part of online advertising, which is a large and growing market. It generated almost 240 billion revenue in 2019. The advertising of 134 billion accounts for over 80% of Google's revenue, which is 162 billion in 2019. So ad networks are businesses that connect advertisers to websites and mobile apps, or we call publishers, that want to host advertisements. Major ad networks, of course, include Google Ads, Bing Ads, and Baidu from China. There are text ads. There are also image-based or video-based or even interactive ads. There are various internet advertising models. Cost per click, or CPC, is also called pay-per-click, PPC. So you will hear these terms often when people talk about online advertising because they're very popular. That means advertisers pay for each viewer's click on the ad. Say, for example, you spend $500 on Google Ads for 100 clicks. That means $5 CPC or each click. Cost per 1,000 impressions, or CPM, means advertisers pay for each 1,000 times the ad is displayed. This is the original form of online advertisement. $500 ad spend for 100,000 times ad displays means $5 CPM, or $5 for each 1,000 impressions of your ads displayed. Cost per engagement, CPE, tracks not only an ad loaded on the page, but also if the viewer actually see or interact with the ads. Cost per view, or CPV, is particularly for video ads. Advertisers pay for each view of the video ads. For Google, a view is counted when someone watches 30 seconds of your video ad, or sometimes your video ad can be less than 30 seconds, then it's the duration of the ad, or the viewer interacts with the ad, whichever comes first. Cost per action, or CPA, or sometimes it's called cost per acquisition, means the advertiser pays for each action or acquisition. For e-commerce, that means the viewer actually went ahead and purchased products. So 500 ad spend translate into 10 online orders. That means your CPA is $50. Just for a reference point, the average Google Ads CPA is almost $60. So it doesn't come cheap. But of course, that's the ultimate conversion that you would like to see as a business. Ad networks like Google Ads allows business to perform bidding. CPC bidding works like this. You set a maximum cost per click bid, or simply max CPC. That is the highest amount you're willing to pay for a click on your ad. The reality is that you often will be charged less. That is, your actual CPC will usually be lower than your max CPC. You can choose your bid amounts manually, or you can let Google set the bids automatically. So on average, companies spend $9,000 to $10,000 per month on Google Ads. For the display ads or ad banners, there are slightly two different terms, CPM versus view CPM or VCPM. With CPM, advertisers pay for all the ads they render on a web page. With view CPM, advertisers only pay for the ones that were actually active and viewed on the user screen. So such as if you have a long web page and if user didn't scroll down to see the bottom of the page, then you wouldn't have to pay for those ad impressions if you're using VCPM. So this method is best for brand awareness and retargeting because it tracks users' movement on the website and targets specific ads to them based upon the user behavior. And it continues to show ads for branding and for reinforcing the initial interest of the users. So with so many advertising models, which one you should use? Then you should consider your campaign goals. If you want customers to take a direct action on your site, such as make a purchase, you're using conversion tracking. So it's best to focus on conversions. You can use smart bidding. You can focus on cost per conversion. If you want to generate traffic to your website, focus on clicks will be ideal for you. So you will use CPC. If you would like to increase brand awareness, not drive traffic to your site, then focusing on impressions will be your strategy. You will use CPM or VCPM bidding to put your message in front of customers. If you run video ads, then you want to increase the views or interact with your viewers, you can use cost per view or CPV. So both SEO and SEM have their pros and cons. So previously we talked about the benefits of SEO, including it seems to be free, but actually comes with some costs, but the costs are low. So you're likely to have some in-house SEO expertise or have a contractor to help you improve the SEO for your website. It shows the results in long term. It's slow, but it can get exponential rates of traffic. It is trusted results because it's unbiased and objective, and it's indexation by the search engines like Google. The downside of SEO are lots of work. You have to consider design, development. We talk about on-page SEO. We talk about content have to be optimized. And then we will see the effectiveness kind of slow. In general, 3 to 9 months, you will see the results of the SEO efforts. It is also tough to quantify at times because the visitor statistics do not concern only search engine traffic. It can be from other efforts that you've made, and it could also be the result of search engine change or updates their algorithm. The benefits of SEM including it's very quick and easy to set up. Google wants you to use their service, so they make define requests very simple, and you will see the effectiveness immediately within 30 minutes. And it has very good short-term results. It's great for websites or campaign launching, and it's easily measurable. And the downside of SEM are they're more expensive, obviously, and the traffic stops when you stop paying. And you pay ads, sometimes it doesn't guarantee the quality of the content, and those ads may not be as much conversion rates as you want it to be. I'll show some examples in the following using Google Merchandise Store. Should you use SEO or SEM? Now we know that the first page of a search is valuable real estate, since about 80% of the people don't even click past the first page. So both SEO and SEM promote website by increasing their visibility. SEO does it through optimization, while SEM does it through advertising. And the visibility brings traffic, and part of this traffic will convert into business, into revenue. So both SEO and SEM are two pillars of one marketing job, and they both run side by side to produce much better results than focusing just one. So we can see SEO and SEM in Google Analytics for the Google Merchandise Store. Under the acquisition reports, under all traffic channels, and you can see the default channel settings has paid search and organic search. And during this period of time, by default in Google Analytics 1 week, and we can see that there are more users and more revenue generated for paid search than organic users and revenue. Another report that's relevant to SEO and SEM is the source median report. In the source median, it shows the source is Google search engine and the median is CPC, pay per click or cost per click. We can also see the DFA. DFA stands for display for advertisers. It's actually double click from Google, and it's focused on CPM for impressions. And we also see that Google search engine organic, that's SEO, bringing some users and no revenue in this period of time. Another relevant report is the campaign report under Google Ads. Here we can see the campaign name and ID and how many people click on that ad, how much does it cost, and from the clicks and the cost we can calculate the CPC. So that is cost divided by the number of clicks. And we can see that it didn't actually generate any revenue during this period of time. If you sort by revenue, and we can see that the ones that actually generate the revenue, not necessarily it costs the most or have the most click, they're just more effective. We can also take a look at the keyword reports under the Google Ads. This shows how are your keywords performing, how many people click on it, and what is the cost, And in here, you can see the keywords that generate the most revenue is actually the name of the business, which is Google Merchandise Store. You will often see businesses actually bid on the name of their business on the search results because they don't want any other business ads showing up when people are typing in their business name in the search engine. The second place is Google Backpack. We can see that Google Merchandise Store plays some ads on the Google Backpack, and it generates decent amount of revenue. It's not necessarily cost them the most, but it seems to be the most effective one. So Google Ad Service, there are two main service types. Google AdSense allows publisher in the Google Ads network of content sites to serve automatic text, image, video, or interactive ads target to site content and audience. If you write an insurance blog, you sign up for Google AdSense to monetize your content, then it's likely that Google will display some relevant ads of the insurance companies. There's another service called Google Ads. It's formerly Google AdWords, but Google changed the name to Google Ads in 2018. Probably realized that the ads take a more different versatile forms, more than words or text. So Google Ads allows business or advertisers to place advertisement at the top or right side, and nowadays on the bottom of the search results that Google display for a particular search query. The choice and placements are based upon Google's algorithm to determine the relevance of the search query to the advertisement. Google Ads offers CPC, CPM, CPV, various of ad models for advertising. In the old times, advertisers have to negotiate price connected to publishers through advertising agents. But this new concept of programmatic marketing or advertising bring in automated real-time digital ad buying or auctioning using algorithm-based software. So the benefits of programmatic marketing is it allows advertisers to procure digital media from publishers without having to pre-negotiate price. So they only pay for the relevant impressions that they actually receive. They can also buy digital media across publishers, which helps to reduce their costs. There's some critiques though from the content websites. The new breed of digital media such as BuzzFeed or Refinery29, they choose not to curate programmatic and third-party ads. So instead, they want to focus on attracting users with what they call the deeply engaged content and experiences, and they would decide on their own what kind of ads they would like, and they will contact those advertisers or business on their own. So a hurdle of the advertising markets is the ad blockers. You can see from this chart from Statista that the ad blockers users rate has increased steadily over the years, and right now it's almost 30%. So these users will turn off their ads using ad blockers in their browser, and so that affects the effectiveness of online advertising. So in react to that, websites or content publishers constantly improve their website to improve user experience. We can see TechCrunch place all their ads rigidly on the right-hand side in kind of like a big block. In 2016, they switched to similar to Google search results for the ads on top and on the right-hand side. In 2021, they still keep the ads on top, but they're making the ads more integrated with their content. So look at this picture and the fonts of the captions. They're actually make readers think that it's part of this content over here, but it's actually in the ad. And similarly for this ads, it's kind of like integrating with the content images over here to the left side. There's also effort of content publishers making the ad more native to their content. So we see that on TechCrunch, this recommended for you, they're actually from third party. These articles are actually from third-party content providers. If you click one of them, you'll be led to third party's website to read that article. And if you click on this, TechCrunch actually being paid by your click for sending this traffic to the third-party website. We always see the keywords like recommended for you for native ads, and we will see native ad service providers such as Gravity for TechCrunch or Outbrain for CNN or Taboola for some others. Those are the major native ads service providers. They would take a look at your content on the website and will link your content to most relevant content on the other third-party content websites who's looking for traffic. So another trend in the internet marketing is going social presence and social outreach. So social networks, we talk about Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+. They have the goals of helping the business to branding and reach prospective customers. So they want to keep audience engaged through publishing regular and fresh content. They sometimes even host contests. We see that often on Instagram. Another aspect is that a lot of content websites have used a content analysis service to find out what contents will be trending, what contents will make viewers read more and engage more. Take BuzzFeed, for example. They're famous for their listicles. Listicles are articles with titles that attract people to click on them, such as 11 things you didn't know about the new kids on block, or 12 people who did the right thing, or like 10 things don't do when you get up in the morning, and 5 things you must do before you go to bed at night. So those are proved by the content analysis results to be very attractive to users, and people tend to click on those articles and read them. So this is a brief introduction of search engine marketing.